Gotta feel the energy. You gotta feel that vibration move. You gotta feel it. Hello. Feel that energy come through you. Feel the vibration push through. Really? Can you hear the music? This is how you get your energy going. Feel it? Feel it come through you. Feel it rise from your feet all the way through up. And you get ready. We're going to get ready to go a little further. Ready? It's going to start to come through a little bit more. Silent darkness with you. Ready, set. Hello, everyone. Starting off a little Florence and the Machine. I love her. You can just feel the magic coming through her. Can you feel that? Okay, guess I'm alone in here talking to myself. I won't be able to play another song. I'm going to get in trouble for playing the song. YouTube's going to dock me. They're going to tell me, but I was feeling a little Florence and the Machine. I want to see her live so bad. She doesn't come to the States much. I want to see her live so bad. Okay, well, I decided to come on live tonight. I don't know if people are going to show up. I kept trying to do another post on Instagram saying I'm live, but it wouldn't work. So I don't know what's up with that. Thought I'd do a little chat, little mini readings. See how that goes. I haven't been on for a while. So I'm usually late. I don't know if people can hear that. If anyone, I can try and see if it will work again. I was trying to say, hello, I'm live. Come see me on YouTube now, right now. Oh, hello, I'm live. I'm seeing me on YouTube right now. It wasn't recording. But see, it won't stop. When I hit stop recording, it just keeps recording. So, as usual, something glitchy is happening with my tech. So I give up. If you saw the Florence and the Machine thing, you saw it. I wanted to chat about about my book. Oops. I meant to, this is delete, remove. I want to chat about my book and do a little bit of mini readings and say hello to everyone. And just kind of check in, see if anybody knows. Sorry, that's always the case. That's always the case. But hello, everyone. If you saw my dancing to Florence and the Machine, but I wanted to talk about this and also do little mini readings. This is my book. It is out. That's just for how it is for me, 24/7, all year long for 25 years. It's just always that way with me. I'm just used to it as part of life. But this is the book, Seer, The Origin Story, a memoir by me, AdelaLavine. Here's the back. There's the back picture, back description. I worked really hard on this. So many of you have been a part of this journey. So many of you have been with me through this journey, seen me go through not wanting to write this book, wanting to play video games instead, to now I finally have written it. And here's a toast to me and to you. Thank you all. Thank you so much. I have definitely felt different since I wrote this book. And what I'm realizing is that this book is about, it's more about the difficulties, adversities that we face in life. And this was about all the different pains and struggles that I went through, losses, so many losses, starting with my mother died after I was born. Me not realizing how painful that was and how I got used to it. All the different adversities I went through and how I used my sight to, to deal with the pains of the world, how it brought me to here, how I developed it, what I went through. It's all in here. I have so much more stories than people have heard me talk about on my podcasts or anything. This is a memoir. I wrote this all on my own. The last book I had, it was a combination of all my YouTube videos. It was kind of like a reference book. People had said, all the stuff you post on YouTube, could you, write a book and put it all in a book? And so I did that book, which is this one, Peering into the Narrow Room. But this is like a reference book, and someone did help me pull all together all my videos and put it into this, because it wasn't the book I wanted to write. It was the reference book for people to refer if they want to learn about spirit guides or anything. You can just kind of flip to it and find it. Whereas this book was meant more for as a memoir. And this is all me. Blood, sweat, and tears. Lots of tears. Lots of sweat. And I've been hearing people say that it's inspired them. It's not what I expected when I wrote this book. I thought it would be like, oh, this will be about the psychic journey and using my sight. You'll check these out. Thank you. This is on Amazon. And this is This is different. This is much more deep and personal. I talk about all the times, the losses I had, um, all the places I traveled, the people that came into my life. I almost got pulled into a cult. Like, I almost got trafficked, and how my sight helped me through all that. And I didn't realize my sight was guiding me through all of these things in my life, bad relationships. It's all in here. And how it shows the progression and the growth. So here it is, Seer, the Origin Story, a memoir, AdelaLavine. Hope you guys enjoy it. And so many of you had pushed me to write this book. Woo, including my mother on the other side. And so I've been talking to the other realm going, okay, I wrote the book you wanted me to write. So, what's up? Now you got to help me get it out there. And so that's I'm talking about. Also doing a little bit of readings, little mini readings today. And that's what's happening right now on a Sunday night. If you want to get on the list, you can get on the list. It's donations, and the information is in the description and how to donate. And that's what's happening. Anybody here? Anybody comment anything? It's so weird because I tried to do, is everyone tonight, I realize I did this at the same time The Last of Us is on tonight. So everybody's probably watching that. And that game I played about 5 times, and I talk about it in this book. It's actually in my intro. I have an intro that I wrote, which I could read, but I don't know if anyone wants to hear that. And in the intro, it's about how much I'd rather be playing that game than writing this book, because it was honesty. So yeah. Anyway, is anyone here? Is this mic on? Am I by myself? I'm here. I'm just not great typing. I love listening. Okay. Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, so that's what's been happening. I feel like it's one thing, the one thing I wanted to do, good evening, Jane, when I wrote this book, is I wanted it to be not the typical, I'm talking about the book I just put out, Jane. I think you know about it. I didn't want to be the typical spiritual book that kind of preaches at people like, oh, here I am on my like spiritual high horse, like looking down at everybody and telling them how they should live their life. That's not how I wanted to write this book. This book is very down to earth. It's very of the people. It's kind of what I've always been about, meaning understanding everyday struggles, everyday problems, and realizing that spirituality isn't to solve all those problems, is to help you through them. And true spirituality is having compassion and empathy for people who are in those positions, and to understand and have, instead of this idea of oh, just meditate or just raise your vibrations and everything will be fine. It doesn't help people in real life. So I finally put it out, and I'm happy, very happy, very relieved. It does feel kind of weird to have all of my life out there. All of the stories are out there. It's not all, it's a tip. It's a tip of the iceberg. Trust me, there's a lot more to come. It gets crazier, just especially with my abilities and stuff, and the things that I've seen and experienced. You'll be seeing me coming out on some podcasts that some of you enjoy, fans of. promoting this book and talking about it and things like this. So yeah. So if you'd like a reading, like I said, I'm taking donations and I'll be doing readings for about an hour. Also, I have like put out an email to everyone to let people know that I am giving the 50% off my readings with the code HEART because people have been going through so much. It's been a very volatile time. People have been talking about going through really, really difficult times. I've seen it in my readings where people are saying, I don't know what's going on. Things are just really difficult. I feel stuck. I feel overwhelmed. So I'm kind of giving this special for some time. It's not really a special. It's kind of like a gesture because I've seen, people have been talking about in readings a lot about how difficult things have been, how they feel stuck, they feel lost. People are feeling overwhelmed, sad, confused. So, and really kind of not knowing which, that's really not knowing which way to go. I'm getting a lot of people saying, they have decisions to make and they're not sure. That's really kind of you. Thank you. They're kind of like, I don't know which way to go. People have like decisions to make, things that are coming up in their life, and they're not sure how to handle it. So I'm trying to help with that. And I've seen a really big response. If most people are on my email list. If you're not on my email list, then let me know. Email me at AdelaLavine@gmail.com and I'll put you on my email list. And in that list, I usually tell people things that are coming up, events that I'm doing, specials like this, or like when my book was coming out, a lot of people knew from there. So that's what's happening. Yeah, it's kind of quiet tonight. Crickets. But that's okay. So, I mean, that's what I'm talking about. It's been a really weird time. I feel like I don't know how to explain it. It doesn't feel bad, but the energy feels very stressful to people. And I just noticed it a lot. So that's been kind of interesting time. So yeah, I don't know. I can't just like sit and talk to myself for an hour. And also, it does seem hard for everyone. Been doing my best to help. Yeah, it's been really difficult. Um, it's been very, very clear that people have been feeling overwhelmed and feeling stressed. It's not just that. I feel like people have this feeling of like there's doom and gloom all the time. It doesn't feel like people, it's almost like people are hoping like, is there anything positive, anything good gonna be happening? Because all people are hearing and getting information about is negative. So it makes sense that your idea of life right now could be, just negative. So yeah, it's been an interesting time. And I think I've seen some spiritualists kind of say things like if you're trying to talk truth and talk about that people are going through a difficult time, that they're lost, that they're sad, they're having a hard time, then they kind of make you feel like you're being too negative or you're not evolved enough, which I just want everybody to know that's bullshit. If you're feeling stressed, you're feeling unaware, you're being human, you're being completely healthy in your humanness. So to make people feel like there's something wrong with them if they're feeling this way, they're not being spiritual enough, is kind of weird and culty vibes to me. I wouldn't listen to that. It's that toxic positivity thing, that I think causes a lot of damage. So yeah, that's what's up. Anyway, hey Babs. Thanks, Babs. Are you Babs? That's a cool nickname. You're Babs? I like it. Do people call you Babs? I have you on the list. Not that I just got it. Thank you. What type of reading would you like? And do people call you Babs? Because I think that's cool. Yep, that's me. I haven't heard that name in like a long time. I really haven't. It's kind of an OG name. No rush. Well, we're here. I'm here, so let's do it. You're the only one on my list, so let's go for it. Yes, they call me Babs. I love it. I don't think I've heard that since that's an old school nickname. So I think it's awesome. Anyway, we're here, so what can I do for you? Let's do it. Are you wanting an intuitive or a medium reading? And yeah, I think it's kind of an old school name. No particular topic. I'm always open to whatever comes through. Yeah, with the way I read, I like someone to give me a specific, because I'm not a general reader. I'm kind of like, I'm going to tell you what I see about a particular topic, meaning I can get time, place and time, and I get specific information. So I do like to work with a specific topic. It's a nickname for Barbara. Yes, I know. It's just that you don't hear it anymore. You just don't hear people use that nickname anymore. That's all. I like it. Okay, sure. Medium. Okay, so if you get a medium reading, are you new to me? Did you just like stumble upon me or something? If you get a medium reading, then you just go ahead and pick one person you would like to connect with, who you've had a relationship with. So it's a friend or a relative. Then you would let me know who that is by your relationship to them. I don't need a name or a backstory. So just like my grandmother on my mother's side or a friend, and I'll connect to that person. So who are you looking to connect to? Just by giving me your relationship to them. And then when I talk to them, they'll let me know about their passing. Because there's things they want to share about how they felt, and then there'll be like confirmations and other details. So what can I do for you? It's been 100 years since. Oh, follow on Periscope. The person I hope to reach to is a previous serious boyfriend. Okay, so we're going to connect to him. Okay. So all the way from Periscope, and now you're seeing me talk about the book I put out. I will say the book I put out was definitely pre-Periscope days. I wrote from the beginning up till 15 years ago. Sorry, there's a bit of a lag. I think I'm trying to type fast. I know there is a lag. I always get like a bit of a lag here, which sucks. Okay, here we go. So the first thing I hear from him is that he really misses you. He said he knew he was going to pass. It was a difficult passing. There's like this feeling of sadness I get from him that was leading up to his passing that had more to do with his mental state. He's saying that he just felt overwhelmed and felt like he couldn't be here anymore. So he was aware. That's the question I ask a lot. Were you aware? Were you alert? I mean, meaning, did this sneak up on you or did you know this was coming? He said he knew, but he did kind of suffer from some kind of mental health issue that was leading up to his passing, just meaning like mentally he was having a difficult time. He wants to thank you for the love and support you gave him, even through that difficult time. But the passing seems kind of dark. So if this makes sense to you, and I have like a little humidifier blowing. So if you see some kind of smoke, I'm making it happen. It's not a spirit. If you can confirm things I'm saying, that would be great as I'm reading. So that way, since the lag is happening, you can get ahead of the lag. You know what I mean? Um, yeah. So it makes me feel like something mentally was going on with him because he keeps talking about it. So I don't know if this makes sense. I asked him, I miss him terribly, but yes, he went through a lot. Yes. I asked him if he took his life. He said no, but in a way, he felt like his life was taken from him. I don't know. He kind of feels like he was pushed out of this world. Um, he says he wants to thank you for all of the times you spoke to him, meaning since he passed, how you've kind of honored him by believing in him, believing that he could hear you. You're pretty much the only person that talks to him. He says something about the month of April. He kept repeating it over and over. I guess this month. I don't know if it's referring to this month or it's something that has reoccurred in April. It has reoccurred, but he is showing me April and talking something about peace and feeling at peace. The last time I saw him was very traumatic. He was pretending not to have ever loved me. I know he was struggling and it was not the truth. Why are you laughing? Why is this person laughing? Probably 420. Oh, okay. Okay. 420. Okay. Was that his thing? 420? Okay. I was a little confused, Rainfall. I was like, do I need to block this person? They're being really rude in this person's reading. Okay. He's also saying that, oh, so you haven't talked to him. I know he was struggling and it was not the truth. Yeah, he says that for him it was more of a mental health issue. He felt like he needed to push everyone away. I don't know if you know about his passing, but it does seem like there was a lot of mental health issues that led up to his passing. So he may have not, you may not be able to confirm how he died, but it wasn't clueless. We were both jokey about 420 back then. Okay. Um, anyway, he says, thank you. Thank you for believing in him then, and thank you for believing in him now enough to talk to him. Like you talk to him more than most people do, and he appreciates it. He did push him away, but I know his friends were lying to him to make him resent me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he's saying that it wasn't so much that he just felt a disconnect at the time. Anyway, it was more to do with his own depression. So I can't confirm all that in this short little reading, but I can tell you that he's talking about it. A lot of this had to do with his own depression because he definitely seemed to suffer depression. Yes, I try to talk to him, but it's hard to know what to say. Yeah, I would talk to him. Just talk to him about how you feel because you're really the only one who's trying to talk to him. And people have to remember people on the other side, they tend to be ignored quite a bit from us. So if anyone is actually trying to talk to them, they're very excited. Yes, I knew he was struggling and I don't hold against him anymore, but it did hurt me deeply. Oh, yeah, he understands. He says he will send you signs that have more to do with butterflies and things that are beautiful because he wants you to feel beautiful and loved. And he apologizes. He was struggling mentally, mental health, and it was more internal. It's almost like, I don't know if you know how he passed, but it reminds me of someone. It does feel like someone. I leave crystals. Babs, I'm so mad at myself. I was gonna say something about rocks, and I didn't trust it. 25 years, and I still don't trust when they tell me things. I was gonna say something about rocks. Oh, would have been so good if I did. Anyway, I know it's him. Hope you know it's him. So there you go. It's a kiss from him. Pretty cool. I wish I would have said it. Because he kept saying she's the only one who really talks to me. I believe you about the rocks. I don't trust myself. Well, I do. I mean, I've been doing this a long time, so I trust myself to do this, but every now and again, I doubt. Every now and again, I don't say the thing I should say. It's just the nature of the beast. Thank you so much. And okay, Rainfall, you can talk now. Who is it? Is this feels like someone I know, but they changed their name. Sorry about my busting in all excited like. That's okay. I know he's around me, but my gifts have been blocked for me in time. So it's not, you don't need gifts to talk to him. You could just talk to him. And, it's very frustrating for them because if they're trying to get you to hear them and you're just ignoring them, it's frustrating. You don't need gifts to talk to that realm. Anybody can talk to that realm. Doing it the way I do is a little different, but you can try to open your heart. I've been wanting to see a live for a while. Oh, thank you. Well, we're sitting here chatting about that I put out my book, in case anyone didn't know. Seer, the Origin Story, a memoir. I've been chatting about this book that it's just come out on Amazon. This is a very different book. I wrote this from front to back. Tears. This is about my life. Do you guys want to hear a little bit of the beginning intro? I'm going to read you just a little bit of the intro. Okay? I'm going to be honest, I've done everything I could to avoid writing this book. I've tried many times before, but always abandoned pages for TV and video games, or just the thought, hey, I talked to the dead. That's weird and hard enough. I've avoided writing this book because it's painful. I hate the past. As someone obsessed with the future, looking back almost feels like going against nature. I'm a psychic, right? I had to look up the spelling of that word, psychic, because I've hardly used it in years. That's another reason why I avoided this. I call myself an intuitive and a medium, and those titles fit. But I recently come across the term futurist, and I fell in love. That's me. I love progress. I love what's next. I can see possible futures, the different path options we have, and I can predict beyond time and space. So why the hell would I want to dive into the past? I decided to write this book for one reason, and it's this. If my story can inspire you to keep going, to keep asking questions, to live true to yourself, whatever that may be, to know you're not alone, that this world's full of people in pain, lost, and hopeful for a better future. That's the dead, and that the dead do not die. And even if you're sitting in your room crying day after day, waiting for the light, I hope this can be that flicker. That's just the first page of the intro. I didn't read the whole intro, but that's how it starts. There you go. I know I would be able to speak to him more if I sensed any level of connection. So yeah, you have to open your heart. You have to open up your heart. So that's how it starts. And it gets pretty deep into a lot of things. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I think I'm going to do little, hi, Nikki. I'm going to do little videos reading little parts from it. It's a very personal story. Love the book. You do? We're talking about, I just read the intro. Where are you at? What do you think? A lot of information out there about myself. A lot of personal information. Yes, I was reading it last night. Okay. Oh, that's awesome. So, what's your thoughts? And don't forget to write a review when you're done. Reviews help, everyone. Reviews help. What's your thoughts on it? And Babs, you have to talk with your heart, dear. That's how he's going to hear you. Yes, I brought this champagne to kind of toast to this accomplishment. Typing one moment. Okay. Yeah, so I hope you guys liked that. And that's just the first page of the intro. It's just 2-page intro, but I wasn't going to read the whole intro. But you can read a sample of my book on Amazon, meaning there's sample pages if you want to check it out. I feel like it's a very strange feeling because I think I'm going to cry. I always wanted to write. I loved books, and people don't know this about me because I don't read books on the subject that I work in. I don't read book on paranormal, being a medium, and all that. How-to books, I love memoirs, and I wrote a memoir I would like to read. So this memoir isn't about this is how you should do it or this is how you should be. This is what a medium should be like. There's a tiny bit of that, of my understanding of it. It's just a personal story, and that's what I wanted to write. I wanted to write a very personal story, but a story that kind of is entertaining because a lot of shit happens. And I've read lots of memoirs, and I can't even tell you how many memoirs I've read. And I've gone into the bookstore and looked at people's memoirs and bought. Matter of fact, I have some on the floor right now. I'm looking at 2 memoirs that are on the floor right now, where I'm sitting. And my favorite memoirs are people who just tell a story. It's not preachy, and they're not afraid to get personal. And so this is a very storytelling type of book that does talk about spirituality and the magic and everything. But when I was younger, everyone told me I had to go become an English major to write a book because I come from a very academic family. So I was discouraged many times. And I also didn't write my story. Every time I attempted to write a story, I was trying to tell everyone's story but my own. And everyone would say, I feel like there's something you're not saying, there's something you're leaving out. And it was all about my sight and things like this. Excited to read them. I used to sit in your lives and listen on earbuds and work at other readings, work to other readings. Then one time it took me 5 minutes to realize you were talking to me on my phone. Thank you, JR. That's funny, Babs. It feels very intimate, like you're telling me a story. It's also very much a page turner, which is funny for me because I'll be sucked in, but it's been very personally comforting to me. Oh, that makes me so happy. Both of those things are huge compliments. Huge, like, ugh. If it's a page turner and it feels personal, that was the intention. So you definitely played a part in reigniting my spiritual path. Oh, I was kind of shutting it down at the time. Oh, that makes me happy too, Babs. I'm gonna cry. Both the things, like feeling like hearting your story gives me strength and perspective on my own path. Oh, I partook in some recreational plant usage tonight, so that's took me a minute for me to express. That's okay. That time my dad came through was like 2:14-ish on Periscope. Yeah, that's probably correct. Yes, somebody who finally gets the date right. I've had people say, "Oh, I saw you in Periscope like 8 years ago." I'm like, no, 15 years ago. Yeah, 2014-ish is definitely around that time I was on there. Yes, thank you, Nikki. That's such a high compliment. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It makes me want to cry. It's been a journey. It's not been an easy path. I took the path that there was a lot of people who wanted to do a TV show with me many times. And I went down this path, and every time I just wanted to hold true to the message which is about helping people and loss and pain and love. And I didn't want to lose that integrity, but it's not, the carrot people tend to dangle in front of you when it comes to things where they want you to kind of take a different path that just sells. And I've always said, like, if I could just be true to myself. And so one day I was like, I just have to do it myself. I have to tell my story myself. It's the only way. And by the way, it's not like the other realm pushed me. They did. They kept saying, you're not going to have a shortcut. You're going to have to do it yourself. Adele, you must feel so proud of yourself, as you should be. I'm very proud of myself. I would say, besides becoming a mother, this is the proudest thing because I've done it second best. I would say that was the best thing I've ever done, the first thing. And this is the second best thing, meaning something I created, I should say. Something I created from my whole being. So thank you all so much for your love and support. So yeah, it's out there on Amazon, and this has just been a chill of, I did a reading for Babs. I just love saying Babs. Why do I feel like I used to know a Babs? I'm looking forward to reading both books. I'm sure it was meant to be sitting here on my phone when you went live. Oh yeah, yay. um, I love your voice when you're writing, and you would have been sad if any publisher tried to change that. That's exactly right, Nikki. That's why I did it myself. That's why I published it myself, because I just kind of kept getting this feeling of like someone's going to try and change it. Obviously, they do try to turn it into something different. I just didn't want to do that. Well, I realized I was back in recording a few minutes. Sorry if my congrats came in an appropriate moment. That's okay. I'm happy for your book. Thank you. Yeah, so I definitely wanted to self-publish because I knew, and I even ran this through AI for the spelling and grammar to be fixed. Um, I ran it through AI, and I even did it that way to make sure I could gain control, because I could have hired someone to edit it for me. And let me tell you, it took forever because it's not really a program built for this right now. So I had to feed pages at a time, and just for the grammar and for them to the AI can format it for print. And it took me forever, and I did it that way because I didn't want someone to change my tone, because even editing can change your tone, and someone editing it could just like add things that don't sound like you. So anyway, that's it. Thank you all so much. I'm glad we got to hang here. I mean, I didn't do really any readings, but also I do have that 50% off of all readings if you want that. And I think that's pretty great deal with the code HEART. I've been doing mentorships too, and I've been enjoying that. Nikki's one of my mentees. I have been loving doing mentorships with people. Speaking of Babs, and JR, that didn't like. Is this Jason? Is that is this who JR is or no? That wasn't inappropriate. You were totally fine. Thank you for that. But yeah, I've been mentoring people who want to like hone their abilities. Oh, I am doing mini readings. Yeah, you can still get a mini reading. I was just saying, like, there was only one person that signed up, but it's still time to go ahead. Um, but yeah, so that's what's been happening. That's what I've been up to. I don't know, trying to put a book out, and I don't know, trying to market it. My marketing team is me and ChatGPT. That's my that's my marketing team. That's my marketing team. That's fine. I just realized mine was a bit behind too, so that lag was probably my fault. Thanks for your patience with me. No, it's totally fine. Amina? Okay. Have I read for you before, Amina? I got you. Yes. Okay. What type of reading would you like? An intuitive or a medium reading? Thank you so much, Nikki. When you're done with the book, what chapter are you on? When you're done, don't forget to leave a comment on Amazon. Listen, everyone, if there's ever a time that comments matter, it's with my book. Because, review, not a comment, a review. Because I don't know about you, but I use those reviews on Amazon. I don't know how to use ChatGPT. Oh my goodness. You need to get behind it. You just talk to it. That's it. You want me to show you here right now? Watch. I can do it right now. Oh, I forgot something. Hold on. Totally forgot to do this. Okay, intuitive reading. Go ahead and tell me your question, Amina. What's your question? I can't show you right here, right now, because I have airplane mode, so it doesn't interrupt the music. But you just talk to it. That's it. You just say, "Yo, chat." There's a really funny voice now on ChatGPT. It's called Monday, and it's basically, if you remember Daria from the 90s, it acts annoyed about everything. It's like, "Oh, great, you're asking a question again." I thought it was really funny at first, and I started getting irritated. I was like, "Okay, this is annoying." So, yes, AM, what can I do for you? I know that it's probably lagging. That's what everyone's telling me. Hi, Adela. I'm wanting to reapply to a former job. I was wondering if I will be rehired soon. Still waiting on a position to open up. Okay. Um, what is the field of work? And the reason why I ask you this is because this has a big impact onto how people are handling things, because I'm looking at different fields of work and what's happening in that field, as well as looking at your application. So, what's the field of work? And I'm going to go ahead and take a look. Hold on while you answer that. Wanting to reapply for a job. I was wondering if I would be rehired soon. So you haven't reapplied yet. So I won't say to you like, oh, you're going to be hired soon or you won't be hired soon. I'll tell you the things that they want from you. So hold on. It feels like when customer service grocery store. Okay, I just was seeing. It looks like everything is wide open, like they are wanting people, and the more people that already are trained and already had already knows the company is even better. So in other words, they really want people that they're really looking to hire, and they want people like you who you would have a leg up because they don't have to put you through so much training. So I feel like if you reapply, just make sure that your hours are available, because what I see with them is that they're having a hard time with people and hours. Like people are not wanting to work. They're not open to all the shifts, and one of them is night shift, like evening shift. So it's more about that, if that makes sense to you, if you understand what I'm saying. Yes, okay. So I would definitely reapply, and I feel like this would go fast, but if you have a ton of restriction, like, yes, I can work. I was worried because I left on strange terms. What were the terms? What do you consider strange? Because sometimes what someone thinks is strange doesn't necessarily mean the employer thinks it's strange. I feel like for them, it's kind of more about communication and like I said, and making sure that you aren't having any restrictions, because for some reason I was hospitalized and didn't inform them and was fired for it. And you want to go back to that same place? Maybe that's why I keep seeing like it's more about they're okay with you reapplying even though they fired you for it. That's what I saw. That's why I was like, yeah, this is what I feel like happened. That's now I know why they're like, listen, as long as you tell us when you can work and the hours you can work and you're honest with us, we're okay. And you come through. So I feel like you just have to explain to them why you didn't tell them, that maybe you were scared to tell them or you were embarrassed to tell them, and they just had to let you go because they didn't because you weren't available. So I don't feel like it's what they wanted to do. It just made sense to them. I don't even think they see it as firing. I see them seeing it as like they just laid you off, so to speak. So I feel like you'd be fine. But you got to really do a lot of talking about, yes, I'm available, and yes, I'll be more communicative. That's why I kept seeing something about communication, and you'll be okay. But you got to do a lot of, you know, putting on like a big like to do about how different you will handle things and how different you'll be this time. Does that make sense? You have to definitely really lay it on that like this was a mistake and you should have handled it better, and maybe you were scared or you were like embarrassed and didn't know what to do. If it's in Northern Cal and no show, like it sounds, then yeah, it's call and tell them what happened and if they're good stuff. Um, yeah, I'm not giving her advice. I'm reading them. Does that make sense? So when I'm doing readings, I usually don't want people to comment on the reading because I'm reading them. I'm not giving advice. It's a little different. I am seeing them having an actual conversation. So that's the different about reading. I'm reading them. And I feel like their whole thing with you was more that they just kind of, you put them in a tough position. They don't have any problem with you. They would rather hire you than someone new. But you have to do a lot of tap dancing of saying, I'm so sorry. I didn't really mean to. I should have let you know, and that type of thing, and say, yes, I'll be more communicative. I'm available, blah blah, and they'll be fine. I've seen them talking about you already. Okay? All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Don't forget, and I don't think I think, are you like in the Midwest or the South, AM? Don't forget that this is my book. You can catch it on Amazon. If you want to take advantage of the 50% off my readings, it's with the code. That's what I saw. She's in the Midwest. That's why I saw with you. Remember? Seer. Remember, I'm a seer. That's what I mean. I can see people. I can remote view. And I could see where she was. Um, you can go ahead and get this. You have to remember, whenever I ask questions and readings, I'm kind of being polite to people because I don't want to invade too much. It's almost like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. I don't want to be so invasive. Anyway, you can get this on Amazon if you want to get 50% off of my readings. It's still going with the code HEART. Thank you all for joining. Thank you, Rainfall. Thank you, AM. Thank you, Babs. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, everyone. And I hope you guys have a good Sunday night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And you can also follow me on Instagram. And don't forget to listen to my podcast. I've kind of changed the format, the house medium. I'm doing like popular cases now. And this next episode this week is going to be about the Perron house, which is basically what The Conjure was based off of. This should be interesting. Last week was Skinwalker Ranch, and that was interesting. So, see you. Thank you all so much for joining me. Follow yourself, follow no one, listen to your inner voice, and I'll see you soon. Have a good night.